Hey everybody, what's happening? So, lighting's a little bit better for once. Another busy week. 52, almost 53 hours, I think. Plus 3 nights alone with the kids. Well, actually 2 of the nights, Elijah was with Rachel's stepmom one night, and then her dad and stepmom took him up to his dad last night. So, 1 night alone with the kids and 2 nights alone with the baby. Which I took her out to dinner last night, and I've got this really great picture of her mowing down on some grilled cheese. I'm not gonna bore everyone with the details of the story, but I'll cut the picture of her in with the. She normally just eats chunks of things. We cut it up for her. You know, she'll be 16 months here in a few days, and she decided last night, nope, I'm gonna grab the half of grilled cheese and take bites of it, and she ate a good little chunk of the corner. So people are always like, oh, they grow up so fast. They grow up so fast. Yeah, they do. Man, she was crawling and not doing much else, and now all of a sudden she's walking around the house and making a bunch of racket. I've got a great little video of what she did to us at the park a week before last or something. I don't know. I guess it was last week. Yeah, it was last Sunday. Because I went to John's. Picked up some tobacco. Pretty stoked about that. I'll actually have a few reviews to do here before too long. Once again, picked up some 1792 flake. Same I've got with. Love this stuff. I've mentioned it before, but I've never done like a full-on review. My thoughts on, which my reviews, if anybody hasn't watched them, are very informal. Not like Bradley from Stuff and Things. His are very well structured and very, well, I don't know if I'd call them formal, but pretty formal. Definitely not disparaging him. I watch his reviews. I watch every review he does. Let's see. And a new one for me that I've heard a lot of other people talk about, but I hadn't gotten around to trying because I thought it was supposed to be flavored, basically. Bob's Chocolate Flake. I never really looked into it. I just heard people, Bob's Chocolate Flake, Bob's Chocolate Flake. It's really good. That's all the people that I heard people say about it. So I was down there talking with Mike, the manager. I was buying tobacco, and he's like, I told him I was looking for a nice Virginia flake that was just straight Virginia, and he goes, oh, you got to try Bob's Chocolate Flake then. I'm like, is flavored? No, not flavored? He's like, no, it just, they call it that because the aroma kind of smells like chocolate. Okay, well, hook me up, man. And yeah, I'm definitely digging it. And then a John's House Blend Aromatic Highland Whiskey, which my dad bought this when he and I were down there in March, which was the last time I was down there. And he really enjoyed it. So I thought I'd give it a shot, and yeah, it's good. And then another one that I hadn't tried. I knew I wanted another Virginia Perique. I wanted to get something I hadn't tried, so I got some Dunhill Navy rolls. It's just a lid because the tin is open, because that's what I've got the beaters in right now. So, and for those not in the know, you see this, it's probably Saturday, which it is Saturday. If you see my Peterson Dracula, it's Saturday, most likely. But yeah, got the Navy rolls open because, oh my God. Oh, that is so good. If you haven't had this and you like Virginia Periques, go out and get some. And it says on the lid here, coin cut, flu cured African and Perique tobacco. And man, I've had a Scudo. I like the Scudo. I've had Conway's cask number 4, which is a Navy flake. It's not a Navy roll, but it's a Navy flake. It's really good. I've had Savinelli's Doblon d'Oro, which is actually closer to Galworth and Hogarth brown slices, brown twist slices. All really, really good, and this is, as far as the Navy flake and Navy rolls, this is definitely similar, but it's definitely its own unique flavor, and definitely worth checking out. If you haven't, go out and get some before Dunhill goes away, which is why I got it, because it was like, well, I want to pick up something, and I was like, you know what, I have never had Dunhill Navy rolls. I want to pick some up before they go away, and I want to have the tin to add to my collection. So, on a different note here, got some pipe stuff going on. Let me pull up stuff from YouTube here. I've got another new subscriber, Quaker Piper. So thank you for subscribing. Greg Russell. He has expressed interest in the pipes that we've been doing, and I think he was the one that asked about oh man, yeah, and let's see, Guy Witherspoon, Maritime Piper, a bunch of, I've had quite a few new subscribers in the past couple of weeks. Let's just check the count again real quick. 72. I'm up to 72. But yeah, Greg Russell asked if the Lovat was still up for sale, and yes, it is. So I'll be getting together with him to and sorry to my other new subscribers, those are just the newest ones at the top of the list there, so I'm not going to waste everybody's time scrolling through to find everybody, but you know who you are. Thank you. It's inspired me to get back at it and, put something new out for everybody to watch. So anyway, I'll be getting together with Greg to sort out, getting him the Lovat, getting it sold to him, and there's, to go PayPal direct, there's fees for him, or for us to do it on eBay, there's fees for us. So no matter what we do, somebody's going to be having to pay somebody for the service of us exchanging goods for money, which is fine. That's how commerce works. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not one of those snowflake commie hipsters. I just, and that's the thing is, eBay and PayPal or at least seem to be pretty reasonable with the fees they charge for it. So why have a problem with it? They're providing us with a service. Not to go too socio-political there. Right now, the only thing I have finished and ready to go is this, I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced, either Cadogan or Cadogan Comoys. This is not a real, like Comoys, you know, from the, oh, focus, from the stamping. Yeah, there you go. And it says Moorgate, so that's in the way the stem is stamped. This is not the Comoys. It's, you know, worth any real amount of money. It's basically once they kind of handed off production of their name of pipes to somebody else, which was Cadogan or Cadogan, Cadogan, I would guess, would be the right way to pronounce it. But yeah, it's solid pipe, but it's just not a real Comoys, so it's not really worth any significant amount of money. The other thing I'm working on, if I can find the stem, oh, there it is this Medeco VFQ with this cool, like, Cumberland stem. That white light is destroying it. You can't really see it that well. But I've stripped all the wax off of it, and I gotta do a bunch of work on this. And I don't think I have a whole lot of sanding work that I need to do, but definitely needs to be stripped down and re-stained, and then I've got to finish working on the stem. I did a lot of sanding, and Dad, this was like the very first pipe that we worked on, and he learned real quick, don't use a Dremel on a stem. No, don't do that. For anybody else thinking about getting into this, let me warn you now, don't do it. Do not do it. There actually used to be a VFQ right here stamped into the side of the stem, and it's now gone because I had to sand off the damage that Dad did to the stem. So yeah. But yeah, the stem's not far from being finished. It needs a little more buffing and stuff with the pads done on the bottom side, the sanding pads. Well, I guess that's the top side, not the bottom. Can't tell anymore with the VFQ being gone. Thanks, Dad. I'm kidding. He does really good work. Wow. Now that he's learned what not to do, he actually does some really amazing work. So, but yeah, that's what I've got. And Dad's actually working on the stems for these right now. This is a K Woody Zulu. And I found basically the difference between a Zulu and a bent Dublin, or a quarter bent Dublin, is the oval shank. On my chart that I had for pipe shapes, it doesn't state that. So, but yeah, that's the difference between that woods. And it's also a Zulu and Woodstock, same thing. It's basically a quarter bent Dublin with an oval shank. That's it. And then I've got another gray bow here. This is a Golden Duke Adjustomatic. I think, yeah, this one actually has the patent number stamped into it. So this one This one's probably a little older. I'm not sure. It's not nearly as old as the other ones that I have, or had, like the 50s era. I still have the Supreme, I think, yeah. It sold already for 28-ish dollars, which, may not sound like much, but for a Graybo that's, used and not new, that's not a bad price to get, I don't think. But I do have a 1930s or 40s era Dr. Graybo Deluxe that I'm going to be working on. And this one I'm pretty excited about. You can see it's got the spade here on the top of the stem, and the if I can get it to focus here, it's got the shape and finish number stamped in. So yeah, this is going to be a cool one to do. This one I'm going to hope to get, I'd like to see this one go for like 40 bucks, because this is an old Graybo right here. This is, Graybo started in 1932, so anything that's that old is, it's definitely a collector's item, and I'd like to see it go for a little bit higher. But I still think, less than 50 bucks, because they're, I don't think it's worth really that much, but unless, somebody feels like it's worth that much to them. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to get to work. I got 3 sitting here that I need to finish, and I still have a box full. Well, I'm gonna call this a half a box full. I have another box full on the bench that I've never even gotten around to, but most of those are really nothing at all. Those are like $10 pipes at best. I want to get the nice stuff out of the way first. So well, I'm at 22 minutes, so I'm definitely gonna have to edit out the nonsense, and my wife just texted me asking me to come get the baby, so take her easy.